Okay, good morning and welcome to the celebration of World Intellectual Property Day with the theme of IP and Youth, Innovating for Better Future. My name is Sanjay Kumar Patel and I am representing Excelon IP, intellectual property right law firm based at Ahmedabad. So we are celebrating this World IP Day, and for the celebration of this, we are interacting with young entrepreneurs who are working on some innovative idea or concept, and through that innovation and innovations, they are making some impact into the society or the life of individual people at large, right? So without wasting much time, today we have with us Ms. Arpita Doshi from NDF brand Nutrition Dynamics. And without wasting much time, let me welcome her. And I ask you to introduce yourself and your innovation, or you can get startups kind of things by yourself in a very brief.
Thank you so much, Sanjay Bhai, for inviting me. Hello, everyone. Myself, Arpita Doshi, innovator and founder of Nutrition Dynamic Foods LLP, based at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Under brand NDF, we are into innovating and manufacturing of functional beverage premixes using freeze-drying technology for all millennials, working professionals, and senior citizens dwelling in urban topography and suffering with inflammatory non-communicable diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, obesity, and mental diseases. So by education, I am a microbiologist and biotechnologist. Along with it, after thinking and venturing into a venture, I also did a Lean Six Sigma course with a green belt and also a business accelerator program. So this is a very brief introduction, and presently I am associated with many professional organizations like GCCI, TI, then AFSTI, which is the Association of Food Scientists and Technologists in India, also with Nutrition Society of India, IDA, Gujarat chapter, and currently I am a national head for Chamber for the Advancement of Small and Medium Businesses, headquartered at Mumbai.
Okay, it is really nice to be with you and interacting with you about your startups, your idea. So now, let me know that how you got this particular idea and plan or thought to develop this kind of products.
It is very truly said that unless and until you don't have a problem, you never think about a solution. Yes. So this idea that came inside my brain was when I myself suffered with a very deadly diseases, and which did not have any medicine at that time, just like COVID. So after suffering for 26 days on a ventilator, I experienced what actually the rehab journey and what are the after causes of such infection that occurs and you get devastated. So when this happened, we looked for many commercial products, and somehow, as there was no medicine, so doctors had just advised me to change my lifestyle and dietary habits. It's very easy to say, but very difficult to do it practically. So this is when we thought that if I am not able to do, there are so many people that are still suffering and they don't have a clue as to how we can improve our own health. So rather than falling into the clutches of such deadly disease, and we just saw pandemic, so it's better to have a preventive cure. And it is better that if we can, our body consumes the products that we have consumed, not just ourselves, but even our great grandfathers have consumed it. So it is in Indian Ayurveda, it is said that आपकी जो दवाई है वो आपके घर के ही अंदर है, but we don't know how to use it. So that's when we got this idea, and I started working on it. That let me find out a simple and instant cure that can give you a preventive or a curative, but at least make your life better. Diseases are not good for your health because it drains you out. So that's where we got this idea that we wanted to give a preventive and curative measure towards this. Yes, inflammation.
Really interesting to know that everybody knows that in our Ayurveda and all these things, we have all the solution for all the problems related to health, right? But the most common problem, or you can say the disadvantage with respect to these herbal or natural products, is the palatability, right? Or it's the myth that it will take very long time to cure some disease or something, right? But it is not always about the curing or treating the disease. It is always about preventing such kind of things. And I really like the way that you have presented the same way in a new pack, right? So it is easily acceptable and easily used by the people, right? And to overcome that problem they were facing earlier with respect to the palatability or user friendly, right?
Absolutely.
And now with these particular things, what is the exactly main problem that you are addressing for the society?
Okay. So main problem that we are addressing is that today when we did a survey, there are about 90% people telling us that we are suffering with acidity and bloating. Now, this is an internal problem, not visible externally, but internally this is a problem. So internal problems can only be solved when there is a good food or good nutritious dietary habits that you follow. So this problem internally we wanted to address with food rather than giving you a medicine, which Ayurveda and everybody had. But as you rightly mentioned, palatability was something in the form. Either it is tablet or tincture or some sort of kada, which often does not give you a palatability. So we wanted to give that also. So internally, we started working on food. And externally, the problem that we are facing is of a stress. We don't have time to freshly prepared food. We don't have time. We are always in a time crunches. So to do that, we had to give a solution, which is an instant. So internally, it was food. Externally, it was an instant solution that we wanted to give. And that's how we designed our 3 innovative beverage premixes, where we have used Loki, but it is used into a Jaljeera form. And that too, we used freeze-drying technology, which was one of the best and finest technology used by pharmaceutical industry, because they had to preserve their APIs. And it was invented to preserve initially blood during World War II. Yes. So before World War II, they invented this technology to preserve blood. And it was extensively used in World War II in European countries. So from that, we got this idea that if we use that technology, as blood and our food are both biological metals, and that metal needs a very delicate and precise preservation and consumption technique. So that's how we use that technique to give a natural solution to all this inflammatory problem like acidity and bloating. And externally, it's very easy because it's an instant beverage premix, and that too we have now converted it into sachet. So you can just carry it anywhere. All you need to do is add water and your drink is ready.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So you have combined this conventional and with the use of technology offered these solutions, right? So now
Yes.
let us know during this whole journey, if you have filed, procured or registered any kind of intellectual property, and if yes, your experience that is that intellectual property helped you in any way?
Yes. So basically, before venturing and taking out the products and under a brand, we had studied that our product used to fall in an FMCG sector. Now, FMCG sector is a highly competitive sector. We compete not just against huge brands, but also against unorganized sector. So in that scenario, how do we save ourselves, and that is when we took IP. We took IP for our method of preparation and combinations, and 10 products in 2018 got Indian patent published status, post which we took this product out inside the market. So we had that, peace of mind. So internally we were stress-free that no, it's not going to be copied by anybody else. And that is how those IP has helped us. In terms of even distributors and retailers, they all had this added advantage that as the products were innovative and IP protected, they had this peace of mind that it's not going to be copied by any other people, and they could take an advantage of selling those products easily, So that was the two things that we had noticed initially. Then also we took trademarks and copyright for our names as well our logo design, because innovation is not just about you designing a product. It is all the intellectual properties that you do behind it in order to market your product, in order to place it as a brand. And that's where we wanted to make a difference, because our vision, a long vision that we had seen, was that in FMCG industry, we wanted to be the first company who only and only manufactures as well as innovates product and deploys it under the brand. So we wanted that exclusivity to protect our intellectual property, for which we took trademarks, copyright, and also IP for our product. And that has really helped because, right from our logo designing to every identity, we have been protected, and protection is definitely going to help you in sustaining the outside stress and pressure that you normally get. So that is where we are having a great advantage over a competitive advantage on our competitors as well.
It's really congratulate that you have protected your all the concept and idea and product through all the multiple IPs, right? You have a patent, you have copyright and all this, right? So it is really a good thing that when you have something new, always try to identify the appropriate type of IP and protect it as early as possible, right? And as done by the NDF, right? So now, before closing, what is the one message you want to give to the young entrepreneurs or the startups who are planning to just do something new?
To them, I have only one small message, that you need to be creative and innovative in whatever startup you are doing, whether it is a tech-based, food-based, whatever you are doing. But you need to be innovative and creative, because when it is a startup, you don't have enough resources that will help you to compete against your competitors. At that moment, if you have an IP, you get really stress-free and you can concentrate on developing it and making it as a huge brand. So I will say that when you are doing as a startup, first thing is most important, protect your intellectual right. Don't think that what if it does not work? Because when you are innovating, that means you are highly confident that it is a problem that you have identified and it's going to work out. So be sure that it is going to work out. Yes, you may need some hacks and tricks to do in order to make it successful. But with IP, you can surely make it successful.
Yeah. Okay. It's nice to have such a message with a person who has already experienced the whole process, right? So all the new startups over there, try to identify your problem, come up with a solution in whatever the technology or domain you are, be with it, identify IP and protect it at early stage, and go with the market strategy, which is the demand of the market, right? So thank you for being with us on this celebration of this World IP Day, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. Thank you so much, Sanjay, and wish you a happy IP Day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media pages to know more about startups and their innovative ideas.